India can help us. India is a super country in terms of superpower country. And it was a major challenge to India because it's not only against Pakistan. You're fighting also against the Chinese, they're backing the Pakistanis. You're also the Turks, they're backing the Pakistanis. So it was a challenge when it comes to Iran against Israel or Pakistan against India. I think at the end of the day, you have to work against the center. You have to build a deterrence. Well, I think that Israel and India has strategic relations, and not from today. It goes way back, and I think those strategic relations are extremely important for both sides. I think Israel can really help to India in multiple areas. Definitely in terms of the defense, we have a very advanced defense industry that can really help India to cope with its multiple security threat that it has. But also India can help us. India is a super country in terms of superpower country in terms of how big it is and now the capability of it. So I think this kind of cooperation really help both countries serve their interests, and I'm sure that it will be extended in the near future. I think that actually both countries actually suffered recent wars. India and Pakistan in the Sindoor operation, and definitely Israel, Iran, and it goes back to the 7th of October. So I think security is a major thing. I think both sides can work together to increase the cooperation in that aspect. And I think that Israel, as I mentioned previously, can help India, but also I think this kind of cooperation show our enemies that this alignment is something that can not only benefit us, but also can counter them if and when they will find they will be interested in countering us. So I think this kind of alignment, definitely given the fact that our adversaries are working together, Pakistan and Iran and so forth, I think this is something that can push us to break the glass ceiling in our cooperation and improve our ability to work together on the defensive side. And it's not only defense, we have also the economy cooperation and everything, but I think first and foremost is defense, and given the fact that we have more mutual enemies, I think this is something that we can work on together. I think, like we said, we have similar challenges. Countries that sponsor terror attacks, so I think that we have to retaliate to the sender itself. It's not only that you have to attack the one attacking you, the actual attack itself, it's also the country that sent these attacks. So definitely when it comes to Iran against Israel or Pakistan against India, I think at the end of the day, you have to work against the center. You have to build a deterrence that will prevent the adversaries to use those terror attacks for their favor. So I think another element that we can work together in terms of how we can prevent the terror attacks. Both countries suffered from many problems in the past in terms of terror attacks and in terms of sophisticated terror that actually manage to hit and to kill many of our citizens. So we have to work on that. But also we need to think hard how we can deter those who sent this kind of attack to our borders. So I truly believe that the answer, like India did, like Israel did, is not only against the terror organization itself, but those who sponsor them, and something who don't have an opportunity other than attack the sender. So it goes, I think you have the similarities between everything that happened after 7th of October, Israel against the axis of resistance, and India attacking Pakistan. Well, I think it was a major challenge to India because it's not only against Pakistan. You're fighting also against the Chinese, they're backing the Pakistanis. You're also the Turks, they're backing the Pakistanis. So it was a challenge, but I think that India has multiple capabilities. It's also connected to, of course, the close cooperation that it has with Israel, but with other elements. And I think also the strong India industry that managed to build a strong capabilities, military one. I think it was an important campaign because actually it will set the tone to what will happen in the future. I think what India did, it drive a line in the sand, saying, you cannot cross this line. If you continue attacking us, then we'll attack you again. So I think it was very important in creating this kind of deterrence. And I think the Indian capabilities actually shown that India has the capacity to deter Pakistan and create this kind of line of the sand. Hopefully with also Israel help, but I think it has all India's capabilities. And I think it was extremely important. It was an important development, and I think also our adversaries are learning from it. For example, the cooperation between Pakistan and Iran is also connected to what the Pakistanis understood from using the Chinese capabilities against India. So it's another element that we need to work with our Indian counterparts to enhance our understanding what the Pakistanis are doing now with the Iranians. India is an independent country, can do whatever it wants with Iran, but I think I think in India, people need to understand the threat that also Iran poses on India and everything related to the Iran activity in Jammu and Kashmir and everything related to the close connection with Pakistan. So, again, I'm not saying to the Indian government what to do, but I think it has to be more understandable about the threat that it poses to India, but also the threat it poses to Israel. That's one. The second, I think that the Indians can learn a lot from how we cope with 7 fronts. I'm not saying that in the future India will find itself in a 7 front, but you have also the Chinese front, you have also the Pakistani front, you have also the domestic fronts in terms of the threat, the terror threat. So this is something that we can, they can learn from our expertise in that regard for how we are coping with multiple fronts. And third, I think we have to have some sort of a joint cooperation together to fortify our capabilities. I think the enhanced cooperation between us on the economical side, on the defensive side, this is something that is building the strength of both sides, of both communities, and of course, of the both capabilities in terms of defensive military capabilities. So we have to enhance this kind of cooperation because it will deter our enemies, but also we can use our lesson learned from the war, whether it's Sindoor, whether our war against Iran, and improve our capabilities for if we find ourselves in a future war. So this is an element that we have to work together to cooperate with.